Hello, positive bitches. How are we doing today? If you are hearing this episode, you're meant to be here, so keep listening. Ooh, today we're talking about one of my all-time favorite topics, and that is how to anchor in your magnetic energy, be a head turner, and ultimately embody that celebrity energy. We're going to talk about what that actually means, but celebrities have very distinctive energy about them that makes them so attractive to us. They know how to pull us in, and that's not just for celebrities. We can all learn that energy. We can all anchor in that energy. It's something we have to practice, but it's something we can do. Since I was a child, I'm not kidding you, people have told me, you look like you are famous. I didn't look particularly like anything. I wasn't this most amazing, beautiful child. I literally just looked like a kid. But since I was a kid, all different people would come up to me and say, you look like you're famous. In high school, I was voted most likely to become famous, along with this other dude. And when he started to make a name for himself in baseball, I was like, oh shit, I gotta catch up because he can't be the only one living up to his high school name. I gotta do my thing too. And then I made a TikTok and here we are. My point is, since from a very young age, I have cultivated an energy of celebrity. Even when I had no TikTok, people just believed that I was going to be famous for no reason. I wasn't showing anything. I just truly embodied it because I believed in it myself, and so other people believed in it too. Why did this even start for me? Hannah Montana. I'll never forget. I had a bath running and I was like, fuck that shit. I'm focusing on Hannah Montana. The first time I ever saw that episode, there was something that was remembered in me. And this remembrance was, this is what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to affect a large group of people in a positive way. The only way I could conceptualize me being a positive influence on a large group of people was to be a singer. And that is why I originally went into music, because I wanted to help people heal, and I thought the way to do it was through music. Obviously now I found other avenues and other ways, but since a very young age, I've always known, believed, and remembered that my purpose was to affect a large group of people and be a positive influence on them. And because I believed this so deeply, it was embodied in my energy, and other people picked up on this as well, and they believed it too. We're going to talk about how to anchor in this energy of a celebrity, how to be a head turner, because there's so many things that I do that really anchor this in to my energy to this day. Because now when I go out, I'm always getting compliments on my energy. I'm always getting asked to someone to buy me a drink from girls and guys, all different people. It's not even just because they want to sleep with me. It's literally straight girls have asked me to buy me a drink just because they wanted to hang out. And I love them too. And I wanted to hang out with them too. So this is really about the energy that we embody, because it will shift our whole entire life. Before we get into it, a couple of announcements. If you don't know, I have opened up my Magnetic Mastery program for 3 people this February. If I have not gotten to your DM yet, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to get through all of them. If you're interested in a 12-week intensive program, it's one-on-one on Zoom. DM me the word magnetic, or just let me know that you're interested in the 12-week program, and I will give you more information. This is a completely interchangeable and tailored program to you. This means what you want to work on, what I think is going to be the most beneficial. That is exactly what we will do. No session will look the same, because some sessions it will mimic talk therapy. Other sessions I may be walking you through an energetic transmutation meditation. Other sessions I might be teaching you a tool like EFT. If you're ready to transcend whatever reality you have now and quantum leap to a magnetic timeline, DM me so I can give you more information about that. And please DM me on Instagram at Vibin, VIBIN with CC, CIICII. I would love to talk to you more about that Magnetic Mastery program. And if that is not right for you, if it's too long, I also offer other services that are 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and even single sessions. So DM me now if you're interested on one-on-one. If you're going through a breakup and wanting to glow up, join the 21-day Breakup Glow Up Challenge. This is a self-paced course. It is 21 days, which that is the amount of time it takes to make lasting change. There are pre-recorded video and audio lessons, meditations, and a private Facebook group chat so you can connect with other like-minded individuals. And I've gotten such beautiful feedback from this program. One client messaged me that it was so helpful to her that her therapist realized how helpful it was and started to also recommend that program, this 21-day breakup glow up program, to her clients, and she took it herself. So if you're interested in glowing up, if you're having a tough time going through a breakup, trust me, I've been there. I also know how to get out. So use this program for your advantage. If you're dating and want to understand more about today's episode and the subtle energy bodies at work when dating, be sure to download the Calling Your Power Back workbook. It's an $11 workbook. It's downloadable to your computer, super easy to use, and also super informative about why you're energetically chasing, and a 3-step process to get yourself out of that situation. So it's really a no-brainer. Let's get into today's podcast. I have a couple of things that I want to touch on, and I'm so excited. Okay, here we go. What I want you to understand is that what you work on in private will always be shown in public. So if you're hating on yourself in private, that's going to be shown when you are in public. If you're telling yourself terrible things about yourself, morning, night, evening, that is going to wear on you. We think our thoughts cannot be seen, but they do wear on us because they get stuck in our auric field. And when we walk into a room, our auric field is interacting with other people's auric fields, and these fields are exchanging information, and we pick up on this information through our gut feelings. We could meet someone and have a really bad feeling about them, not because we have any logical evidence, but because our auric field has picked up on their energy and is communicating that to us subconsciously. So keep in mind that a lot of this magnetic work isn't just about looking hot, but it's about looking hot internally. It's about not just looking hot, but thinking like a hot girl, hot boy, whatever. It's really an internal job. One thing that I've always really incorporated in my life, maybe not always, but to really anchor in this magnetic celebrity energy, is understanding that anytime something is perceived as a limited edition, more people are interested in it. My mom, and I've told this story a bunch of times, but my mom always used to tell me this story of this bag. And she said, Cece, there was this bag that everybody wanted. Everyone, the rich, the poor, all races, all religion, all classes, all over the world. People were just obsessed and in love with this bag. And she said, do you know why? And I said, well, was it really beautiful? And she said, no, not any more beautiful than any other bag. I said, was it really expensive? And she said, no, not any more expensive than the designer bags that are in a similar market. And I said, okay, well, I don't know. Why did everyone want this bag then? If it wasn't the most expensive and it's not the most beautiful, what's so great about it? And she said, because it was a limited edition. It is human nature that when we perceive something as limited, we perceive it as higher value. This is why I don't give my time, my energy, my focus, my body to just anyone. I wouldn't give my house keys to just anyone, so you can bet your ass I'm not giving you my attention either. Or my body. I don't need your rusty, dusty trauma, okay, Chad? I have enough things going on in my life. When people perceive us as limited, because we don't give them all of our time, all of our effort, all of our focus, they perceive us as being higher in value. We are all created equally. However, we are not all perceived as equal. And this is because of how we're using our energy and how our energy is affecting our behavior. Because I don't just give any Chad or Brad all of my attention at the bar, because I don't just allow them to talk, because I don't stay in conversations I don't want to stay in, because I don't invite in people I don't want to invite in, I am perceived as higher in value. Because I don't just sleep with anyone, even though they don't know that, I know that. And so it makes me feel better about myself, which makes my energy rise in vibration, which makes them pick up on this subconsciously, which makes them see me as higher in value. I'm no better, no prettier, no cooler. I'm nothing of that than anyone else. I'm not. But I know how to work my energy. And that is what makes people perceive me as more interesting, higher in value, higher in vibration. It's because I hold myself to a standard. And just like a celebrity gives us limited time of them, limited exposure, we don't know everything about a celebrity. Why do you think we're so crazy with all their interviews? Why do you think we're so obsessed trying to figure out what all these celebrities do? It's because the knowledge is limited. We want what is limited. Anytime there's a concert with limited tickets, the prices go up. Anytime Yeezy dropped his shoes, the prices went up. When something is perceived as limited, it is perceived as higher in value. This brings us to the dessert principle, which means that if you eat a whole entire cake, no matter how rich that cake is, how amazing that cake is, if you eat too much of it, it will make you sick. Not because of the value or the price or the ingredients, because you consume too much of it. But when we have a slice of cake, it always leaves us wanting more. Now apply this to energy. When you give too much of your energy, too much of your cake, this can make someone energetically sick of you because you're energetically chasing, giving them all your attention, gluing yourself to them the whole entire night, not allowing them space. And it makes them energetically sick, not because you don't have value, not because you're not worthy. It's because you've given them too much of your cake, too much of your energy. They consume too much of your energy and it's repellent. But when we give them a slice of our cake, we say hello, we do a little flirting, we let them buy us a drink, but then we go to the bathroom or we go back to our friend group or we go hang out with our girls or whoever may be there. That's giving them a slice. And when we give them a slice, they always want more. Let them come to you. Let them find you. Not only will they be able to step into their masculine and go hunt you down, girl, okay? But also, you will feel better about yourself because you won't have to think, oh, I have to chase everyone. You will feel so good on your pedestal. The thing is, it feels good to not give your energy out to everyone. Why do you think we get depleted? We get depleted when we give our energy out to everybody and anyone and don't have enough for ourselves. But when you limit that because you're on your own pedestal, because you're not going to go around giving everyone your cake, you naturally feel better because you're not depleting yourself. This is how energy works. When you go out anywhere, I want you to start to segment intent. This is when we think about a particular part of our day and we intend how that segment is going to go. When I go out, I'm not telling myself, oh my God, I look terrible. Oh my God, this is going to be so bad. I tell myself I'm the hottest bitch I've ever seen in my life, that my energy is more powerful than 1,000 men. I don't even know what that means. It just feels amazing. I tell myself that when I walk into a room, I light that shit up. I've shown you guys before, but when I take shots with my friends when we go out, I hardly drink, but when I do, you better watch out. But when I go out, I make all of my friends, before we say an affirmation, before we take a shot, we have to say an affirmation. So I would say, I love myself. Then my friend Rebecca was, I love myself. Sage, I love myself. Carly, I love myself. Brianna, I love myself. And then we would all take the shot together. Make it fun. Make affirmations fun again. Make life fun again. Drinking, to me, it's not the highest vibrational behavior, but it's not the lowest either. It has its own time and place in my life. But with that being said, I'm going to prime this behavior up. I'm going to enhance it to make me feel better. Use things to your advantage as long as it does no harm to anyone else. Use your emotions to your advantage. Use your mind to your advantage. Use shots to your advantage. I don't give a fuck what you're drinking. If you're not praying over it, if you're not intending over it, no, you're doing it wrong. One thing that I specifically intend is to have fun without the attachment of anyone doing anything for me that whole entire night. Meaning, when I go out, it would put someone else on the pedestal if I was telling myself, I need someone to buy me a drink for me to feel good about myself. I need someone to want to dance with me for me to feel good about myself. I don't go into a night with any of those expectations. I go in with intention that I'm going to feel good, that I'm going to have fun, but I don't go in with expectation, because expectation is when we create attachments to people outside of ourselves that we have zero control over. Expectation is when we are oftentimes living from a point of fear, expecting something that we want to happen, but then we're putting so much fear towards it that it gets really messed up in our energetic field and it doesn't understand if it should manifest or not. So with this being said, I don't expect someone to buy me a drink, to want to dance with me. I intend, though, to have fun regardless of how people treat me, how people see me, what other people are doing. I don't care, bro. I don't care what you're doing. I came here to have fun. Okay. I do a backbend on the dance floor. You can't talk to me. That's why, you know, that song I have, Angel Energy. Oh, it's the theme song to this podcast. I forgot for a second. Can't touch me. Can't touch me. Yeah, you can't touch me, bro. I'm doing a backbend. You can't touch me. I'm busy. I'm having fun. I intend to have fun. I don't expect you to do anything. I intend for myself to have fun, and I decide. I make a decision. I'm going to have fun no matter who is there, no matter what is going on. Why does this make me magnetic? Because I'm not hoping or praying for something outside of myself. I'm just going in saying, I'm the fucking bomb.com and I have everything to offer. And if you come up to me, you're lucky. If I speak to you, you're lucky. Not to my girlies, but to the guys. You know what I mean, okay? But I go in thinking I'm the whole package already. I don't need someone to buy me a drink for me to think I'm the whole package. I don't need you to talk to me, Brad. In fact, shh. I'm totally kidding. I'm totally kidding. But when I did want a drink, I wasn't like, oh my God, I hope someone buys me a drink. I've literally gone up to guys and I was like, do you want to buy me a drink? And they did. They did. And if they said no, I'd be like, oh my God, I feel so bad for you. Okay, toodaloo. And I would walk away. But if I want something, I'll go up and I'll say it. Okay. What is it? The squeaky wheel gets the grease. My mom always told me that. That's why I don't think talking about your needs is like anything negative. It's not. You need to convey your needs to another person. That's another podcast though. Anyway, I intend to have fun regardless. If you don't want to buy me a drink, don't. If you do, great, let's go take a shot. But otherwise, I'm going to have fun no matter what. And I'm not going to create an attachment that has to do with you, especially when I don't know you. I don't know your filter. I don't know your traumas. I'm not going to put my happiness on your back, Chad. That is not happening. My happiness is my responsibility, and you have nothing to do with it, sir. Nothing. There's a story about Marilyn Monroe that we just have to talk about. We've talked about this before, but it is worth repeating. Okay. This is what I would like to call the Marilyn Monroe effect, and it has everything to do with a decision in your physiology. Here we go. I'll never forget the day Marilyn and I were walking around New York City, just having a stroll on a nice day. She loved New York because no one bothered her there like they did in Hollywood. She could put on her plain Jane clothes and no one would notice her. She loved that. So as we were walking down Broadway, she turns to me and says, "Do you want to see me become her?" I didn't know what she meant, but I just said yes. And then I saw it. I don't know how to explain what she did because it was so very subtle, but she turned something on within her that was almost like magic. And suddenly cars were slowing, people were turning their heads, and they were staring. They were recognizing that this was Marilyn Monroe as if she pulled off a mask or something. Even though a second ago nobody noticed her, I had never seen anything like it before. And this is from Amy Green, the wife of Marilyn's personal photographer, Milton Green. What is Marilyn teaching us here? What is the Marilyn Monroe effect? It is that when you decide to become her, you do become her. When you decide to turn it on, you turn it on. Now, what Marilyn Monroe actually did, the subtle changes she did was she put her shoulders back. She put her head a little bit higher. She walked with a little bit more of a slant. She changed how her hips were facing. She changed her physiology, but it started with an internal decision. Our internal is always reflected back to us in our external. So first Marilyn said, do you want to see me become her? Then she decided, okay, I'm going to become her. And so she did. And she flipped her mindset. She made a decision and she flipped her physiology. Your physiology, how you hold yourself, says a lot about you. And this stems from energy, the subtle energy in your body. When we feel depleted and we're giving all of our cake away and we're giving all of our energy away and we're not being a limited edition, by the way, yeah, I forgot to say this. You are a fucking limited edition. No one else has your DNA. No one has your unique energetic signature. That's why you're here. There's no clone of you, okay? Hopefully, I don't know how I feel about all those scientific advancements with clones and things. Yeah. Anyway, there's no clone of you just yet, girl. Okay, so let's deal with that. Let's think about for now, not forever. Okay, so there's no clone of you. You are unique. No one else has your DNA. No one else has your structure. No one else is exactly you. No one. So you simply do have things to offer that no one else has to offer. People can copy us. They can imitate us. They can try to beat us. They will never be us. I saw some girl on Instagram using my exact mantra that I made up, by the way. I lovingly and peacefully call all of my power back to me now. That is my own creation. And it was something I discovered through intense heartbreak and pain. And she used it in her video and it got so much traction. And I'm like, damn girl, like feel free to give credit. She also said some things in the video I didn't agree with. And I don't like that she's using the mantra that I created with misinformation, because that is just bothersome and it kind of taints the affirmation in a way that I did not like. So, yeah. Anyway, she was talking about how you cannot be attached to anything, and that's just not realistic. Look, if you're dating someone for 3 years, you're not going to be like, oh, they die tomorrow. I don't care. It's natural to have a dependence and an attachment to people. We created attachment out of survival of the fittest from our ancestors. If you weren't attached to your tribe, you died because you couldn't pick the berries and hunt and make the clothing and know what was poisonous all by yourself. You needed attachment to a tribe. Those who didn't have that died. So therefore, we received attachment systems as survival of the fittest through our ancestors. So attachment isn't negative. The meanings people ascribe to attachment, that is where it can become negative. What happens with attachment is nothing wrong with that, but when we override attachment and go into codependencies because our subtle energies are dysfunctional, that is when we have trouble. But a healthy interdependence, there's nothing wrong with that. You should have a healthy interdependence with your family, your friends, and your partner. Codependency is where we get into trouble. But having an extreme identity of independence, that's called an avoidance attachment, and that's not healthy either. So having a balanced interdependence is what we have. So if you have seen that video, those are my 2 cents. Even if she'll probably never give me credit, but God knows and I know, and that's what matters. Anyway, let's keep talking about our celebrity energy here. The next thing I really want to talk about is something I call messy makeup mode. Okay. So messy makeup mode is basically something I coined because of what it looks like when I'm doing it. When I go out, I love to dance. It must be the divine feminine within me. I am a psycho on the dance floor in the best fucking way. I don't really know what my body is doing, but my body craves a Beyonce song. or something like that. My body craves those like, I just love music and I love to dance. So when I go out, I don't know how this is in my body. I've never cared what people think about my dancing. I couldn't care less. I'm having so much fun. And I think that's why I don't care. When you do something for the first time and you realize how much fun it is, you realize how good it is that it feels, you start to not care about what other people think. When I started posting my TikToks, no, actually before that, when I started posting covers on YouTube, I was so scared about what other people were going to think. But at the same time, I went through like a massive breakup with all of my friends, so I wasn't really around them anymore. But I still was scared. Like, what would they think if I were to post when we were friends with each other? And once I posted, I was like, fuck that. I'm having so much fun posting. I feel so in alignment. I don't care what people think. You just need one moment of courage to change everything. One decision that even if it's uncomfortable, you're going to do it anyway. When I did this on the dance floor, on YouTube, on TikTok, it changed my life every single time. When you decide to do something because it feels so amazing, oh my God, you don't care what anyone thinks. On the dance floor, I used to do dancing. I was in dancing class since like 2 or 3 years old, and I did it for a while, but I don't remember that shit. I'm just on there doing whatever I see like Beyonce do, I guess. I'm just having fun. I'm just moving my body however I want to move my body. I don't know dance moves and I don't care. You don't see me on TikTok doing like the savage dance. No, I don't do that shit, okay? I'm more like a solo act like Beyonce, like I've been saying. So I don't need to follow a trend of dance. Totally kidding. But also it's just like that's a lot for me to remember. I just do what I want to do on the freaking dance floor, whether that's back bend or me shaking my ass. I can't even twerk. I don't care. I'll do something that kind of looks like twerking. That's good enough for me. If I'm moving and I'm happy, I'm good. So anyway, I've noticed that while on the dance floor, the most men and women would come up to me. I was having so much fun. My energy field was expanding so much that other people wanted to come closer to me. My energy was so expansive and light and high in vibration that other people wanted to taste my cake, for a lack of a better term. And people always come up to me every single time. I love your energy. I love your energy. I love your energy when I'm dancing. When I'm dancing, you have to understand, it's not about my looks. No, I'm sorry. You can say that all day and all night. First of all, I know none of this is about my looks because I know when I didn't do this, I didn't get the same reaction. And then when I transmuted my energy, I got a much better reaction. But when on the dance floor, I've never cared. And so I've always received the best compliments on the dance floor. I call it messy makeup mode because I look like I've walked out of a shower. I wish I had a picture. My mascara is running. Probably my eyelashes fell off. My hair is soaking wet. People would touch my back and they're like, whoa. And I was like, yeah, I'm sweating. This is a workout. I would go out to work out. I'm not even kidding you. I was like, okay, if I'm going to drink, I'm getting a workout. Okay. And that's exactly what I did. So I call this messy makeup mode. And what it really is me doing something that is so much fun that I am so much in a flow state that I don't know who's around me. I don't care who's around me. I'm dancing by myself. My boyfriend pretty much made me go to a rave, but it was so much fun. I'm so happy I went. And for the first time ever, I recognized people like me because when I go out to clubs and bars, I dance by myself like I'm at a rave. I didn't know like there was an actual place to do that was called a rave, but I don't care because every time I start off dancing alone, people come to me. So I'm like, I don't need to worry about it. I'm fucking magnetic. And I'll pull you in, sucker. No, I'm kidding. But I really just have the time of my life with myself. I'm enjoying myself so much that I'm not thinking about other people. I'm not creating attachments to other people. I don't care because I'm just enjoying my own fun and my own life. And that is what pulls people in. And I don't just dance with anyone. I don't just give my energy to anyone, like I said. Because I also hold myself to a high standard of who I'm giving my energy to. Another thing that's really important is to check in with yourself. If you're having a conversation and you're like, this really sucks, I want to get out of this, get out of it. Stop asking yourself, do they like me? Is he into me? Does this person want to talk to me? How do I look? How do I feel? When I'm in messy makeup mode, I know I don't look like I just walked off a runway. I look like I walked out of the shower. But lo and behold, that does not matter. The energy I'm bringing, however, does. When you're talking to someone or you're dancing, whatever it is, check in with yourself. Ask yourself, am I even enjoying myself? We have lost connection with ourselves, and it's causing us to deplete ourselves. It's causing us to be less magnetic, and it's causing results overall that we're not so happy about. So while you're out there, don't just be asking yourself, are they into me? Do they like me? No. Be asking yourself, do I even like them? Am I enjoying this interaction? Do I want this interaction to continue? Do I want to keep talking to this person? Do I want to keep dancing to this song? Maybe I want to go to the bathroom for a second or take a break. Sometimes I'm dancing so hard, I literally have to take dance breaks because I'm like out of breath. Because a girl, like when she goes for it, she goes for it. And that is how I want you to be. I want you to just go for it. Just have fun. Intend to have fun regardless of people around you. Who cares what Chelsea is saying? Go dance and have fun. Your life, your fun, your happiness is your responsibility, and we have to start acting like that is true. Because whether we want to accept it or not, it is a fact when it comes to our own happiness. Focusing on how you're feeling, gotta do it. Because if you're not listening to your own guidance system, how are you supposed to know if you're enjoying yourself or not? Listen in, and you'll know you're having fun when you don't think about peeing, you don't think about getting a drink. When you're really in a flow state, just having the time of your life, you don't care about anything else. That's why you just have to make that decision first off to get there, to do the thing that you want to do. If you want someone at the bar, go up and say hello, but don't stalk them. Don't glue yourself to them. You can say hello. You can talk about, what are you drinking? Do you want to buy me a drink? Whatever you want to say. I don't know. Talk about marshmallows if you so please. You're allowed to do that. You can do what you want. Just don't glue yourself, because that is when we become less magnetic, because then again, what are we doing but chasing something outside of ourselves? If you want to go up to them, go up to them. Introduce yourself. If you want to go dance, go dance. If you want to get a drink, get a drink. If you have to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom. If you need to take a break, take a break. Listen to what your body wants and what it's telling you. And the second question is to ask, is this coming from love or if it's coming from fear? Make sure it's coming from love. You're doing things to have fun and because you love yourself, not because you're afraid you're going to end up leaving the bar alone, which by the way is not a negative thing. Watch your meaning. I would leave the bar with my cousin all the time. Just us two girls. We would go back and have a sleepover, and that was the best time ever. I didn't want to leave with a rusty, dusty man. Don't want your trauma, sir. Okay? Don't want your trauma. And if I did go home with them, we literally would also have a sleepover. One time I made a guy meditate with me, and I was like, do not touch me or else I'll leave. And he tried, and I was like, I'm fucking leaving. And then he was like, I'm sorry. And then we became friends, and then we stopped talking forever. I still have his sweater in my closet. I should get rid of that. Ugh, look at me not taking my own advice. I got to get rid of that. Anyone want a green polo? It's just like a nice sweater. So I feel weird getting rid of it. I got to figure out someone to give it to. Okay, that's my problem, not yours. I love you so much. If this podcast resonated with you, please leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. If not for me, do it for you. It's good karma, girl. So get that good karma. And I'm just sending you all the love in the world. If you're not following me on Instagram, be sure to follow me at Vibin' with Cece. If you're interested in the magnetic program, DM me there so I can tell you more about it. And I will see you beautiful magnetic bitches in the next one. Mwah.